Yeah, fellas, I want to welcome you to another Player Supreme episode. Julie. How you doing, Julie? Julie Yeboah. Why shouldn't I be listening? This is under my blacks only. Now, I put that on there as, so if you're Caucasian, you don't want to hear a lot of black history stuff, you know I'm talking about something that has to do with just black folks. So that way, you don't feel bad. Because I don't want to make you feel bad. Okay? But you're more than welcome to listen if you want to, get some black history or something like that. Because as you know, they don't teach the truth in your schools. They do it to support the concept of white supremacy. So they make you think that you're better than every other race out there. And if that disturbs your white supremacy inside of you, because I know that, people get kind of uncomfortable. Like when I start talking about real history around my clients, they get a little bit uncomfortable. But she goes, we all need to know the truth. I have 2 biracial children who need to learn the facts. I have to teach them the realities of being black in America. Their dad is from Ghana and hasn't a clue. Yeah. Hold on. Cats. Guess that furball thing they do. I have a very good black friend who has sent me many lectures. Claude Anderson, great person. Amos Wilson, know him as well, among others. They are resources for me, as are you. Well, thank you very much. My son is right there with his black pride, and my daughter has become proud of her color and heritage as well. Good. They both are comfortable with who they are. They're strong. All of us have experienced racism in our neighborhood. Their father, too, when he was still with us. Well, I'm sorry the father's not around. My daughter used to want to have blue eyes, blonde hair, like a little friend down the street who had everything. Never thought about that. A biracial wanted to be, well, I did run into one fellow that was biracial, and he actually wanted to be known as being white. He was like, why can't I just be white? Because his father's white. I think my dad kind of had a little bit of that himself. But his dad wasn't pure white. His dad was white and Native American. But he still had a little bit of that. Anyways, let's see, like her little friend down the street who had everything, in all caps, she thought she would have had everything if she was white. You're her mother. You can only do the best you can to provide for your daughter. Mothers of her friends would meet me and my daughter, and nothing was ever mentioned about a play date again. Now, fellas, are you listening to this? I try to explain to you what Caucasian women go through when they have black kids. They walk a hard path when they produce biracial children or just dating black men. Mothers of her friends would meet me and my daughter, and nothing would be mentioned about a play date again. My son turned 12. His white best friend all of a sudden was not able to associate anymore. Wow, that sucks. I will continue to seek out any and all knowledge and information that will better equip us for whatever comes up. There's so much. So thanks, and no, I won't not listen. You are very welcome to listen. I put that as a warning. I'm working with white males, and if you know from white males, they tend to be a little more on the sensitive side. If it doesn't make them feel good, they'll thumb down a video. So it's important that they always feel good. 100%. If a girl disrespects you on a date, like looking at her phone a lot or clown you a little, what should you do? As I explained to him, you should walk out. then work on fixing what's caused that behavior in women. Obviously, he's exhibiting some kind of behavior where they punk him out all the time. Basically, he's not coming across as a man. But he says, I don't come off as weak, but some of them are rude to me for some reason. Maybe I date the wrong girls. By the way, the girl I meet on the date site talked to me. This is how he typed it. Read it word for word. Talked to me for an hour, not an hour, but an hour on the phone and seemed happy. But later didn't answer my messages or showed up on the date. I saw her online on the date site today. Why did she play me like that? How do I deal with rejection? I am so pissed. That's something you have to learn to work out yourself. Deal with your rejection, 100%. As for the girl, that is your wrongful assumption that she was all good to go, okay, on the phone. It sounds like you don't really connect well with people. You can't tell when they're just so-so. They're not that impressed with you, obviously, as well. He goes, how do I get rid of the guilt of being a player? Well, you're not a player, so don't worry about that. Inflated ego. Hey, Supreme, I can identify with some of the weak man characteristics you just mentioned under comments, under a comment show with my Latino poncho on. And I would like some help to become a better man. I am fairly passive introverted and tend to take things for what they are. How can I become more decisive when making decisions? Also, how do I get rid of the fear of intimacy? I have lots of female friends, some who liked me at first, but as time progressed, their interest faded. I get lots of choosing from attractive girls when I go to nightclubs and bars. I'm quite tall and dressed really well, so people tend to notice me. However, I feel like my looks could only take me so far. And I told him, go to my store, get a coaching program. If you're really serious, you'll go get the help that you need. You know, I was just talking about it in my podcast show yesterday. People don't realize this is a business. They don't realize that my time is valuable. He wants me to take time out of my life to help him with his personal problems. And basically, obviously, you know, me give him all the help he needs, and I get nothing. And I don't do that there, Inflated Ego. If you're serious about getting help, then you will get a consultation. Not to call you on the carpet or call you on the spot. I'm just trying to explain something to you. I mean, think about it. I'm 57 years of age. I got a part-time business. I work offline. I do this online. So, of course, my time is valuable to me. And that's what I was talking about yesterday is that people who don't work for themselves don't value others' time. When you get a paycheck, you don't value people that work for themselves' time because you're paid hourly. You're not aware of the concept that you should value your time. And that's what I want to teach you guys, is learn to value your time and value others' time, other people's time. Phantom Xero. Zero? Hero? Nah. He says, I always wanted a dog, had cats all my life. My mom had dogs, but I couldn't. What the fuck is that about? I don't know, man. You need to ask your mom about that one. So I said to him, you tell me, man. Cat's not my favorite pet. We now have two. I found one, basically they're my pets. I found one that was broken on the porch. The other, my son got it. And it was from a litter that Jovina's brother was raising. He does pet adoption. When they find stray cats, kittens, he'll raise them to where they're mature enough to be weaned. In this case, there was no mother, so he was bottle feeding them. And I'd come over and play with them every now and then. But then I thought of that, you know, my son got one, and I knew it was going to happen. He's ready to get rid of it the next week. And I didn't want to see that little kitty, you know, be put to sleep or something. So I took it in. So I told you, let's just go and adopt this cat. It may not be my favorite, but I'm an animal lover. I don't care what kind of animal it is. These cats, they love to lick their ass. Like the fat bastard, one I call fat bastard, is licking his ass right now. Or his nuts or something. Makes him jump. Phantom. I mean in the way the create feminine energy. Cats are fine, but they don't really replace the feeling of owning a dog. I agree, a boy needs a dog. Someone named Celeste Walker asked, does this stuff work on black women? I asked him, what stuff? Fellas, I would teach the truth. The truth is not stuff. Now, I do have advanced stuff, like female mind seduction. That's based on truth, though. I don't see my topics, my ideologies as stuff. It's just the truth. And MK says it's for all women. Keyback said, meaning your game, methods, teaching work with black women, of course. 2 paths you can do the game. You can hoe chase like a motherfucker, cold approach, or you can sit back and let them choose up. If they're not choosing, that tells you a lot. That you got to step your personal game up. You're not giving nothing to choose. So it just works beautifully. It lets you know where you stand in the universe. Females ain't choosing up, then there's something wrong there that you got to fix. Fix that, and the females will start choosing. Staying ready. Hey, player, I was at a beach dance, and these topless chicks had whores written on their titties and came in and started dancing with me. They let me grind and touch on them, so after the dance, I tried to get a number because I don't need to read any further about this one. I hope they didn't play you. You get all excited because you saw some fresh titties and you just lost your cool and your game and you want to go out and date one of them. Let me see what you got to say. Tried to get a number because I wanted to bone. But chick said she don't give her number out because they were doing that for their business. What do you think about that? I think you got what you deserved, staying ready. I think you got exactly what you deserved for being thirsty. You need to be able to handle yourself when chicks come out, like in the clubs, they'll literally try to grind on you and back their ass up just to see if they can get your dick hard. So they can go and make jokes about you and talk shit about you. You get your dick gets hard, you got punked. Okay? Like you got punked with this shit. They came out flashing their titties, they owned you. They got control of you just like that. So bad that you want to get their number and bone. Some trash, too. Because remember, trash will do that type of work. That's for the job. With the word whores written on it, I'm not going to fuck a chick like that. Lamar D, hey, Player Supreme. Maybe you can go over this on your next comment video. How do you gain control back in your relationship after your girlfriend has that nice guy view of you? You don't. The way you start is the way you finish. You try to do it now, she's going to fight you. It's not going to happen. It's going to destroy the relationship. She already has the view of you. The nice guy can be broken. You're going to try to act all hard and shit and change your ways, and she's going to reject it. So it's going to cause a lot of fights, a lot of disagreements. Unfortunately, you got to start with a new chick. I hate to say that. That's just the deep side of the game that you got to get used to. I've been making some progress lately by showing more confidence around her. That's nice. And being less worried about what she thinks. I'm shooting to have a long-lasting relationship. Good luck with that. The player life has never been my thing. Do you have any tips on how to gain complete control back? Look at it like this. If you were in control in the beginning, you had complete control, and she started bucking up to take control to her side, would you change? Would you not fight it? Do you have any tips to gain complete control, make her submit instead of thinking she's got lead? You gave her that lead. She's not going to give it up. She knows you can be punked. She knows your punk level. I admit my mind's been filled with nonsense concerning how relationships and manhood work. I'm working on trashing the nice guy act because it not only screws your dating game, it completely destroys your life. Yes, it does. This one is going to have to be cop and blow. She's going to blow out. You try to make the big change. They blow out. Thinking that you're crazy. She would do, if you had started that way, she would do anything for you. So next time, you know how to start. The way you start is the way you finish. I didn't make that up. That's a rule of the game. The way you start is the way you finish. It was made up by people much wiser than I am, with much more experience than I'm 57. I started the game in my 20s. I guess I could say 30 years. 30 some odd, yeah. 57, I was 27. Fuck, 30 fucking years. Holy shit. Hadn't thought of it. 30 fucking years in the fucking game. So, yeah. Much wiser than me. Good luck. If you could fuck the shit out of her, just start fucking the shit out of her. And they have this thing called NLP. And that's kind of like what my mind fucking is based on. She has a certain pattern of bust her nuts, you interrupt her pattern, and you make her look you in the eyes. That's called a pattern interrupt. Now that I've been thinking about that, I was thinking about that last night as I was listening to NLP stuff, and I realized that's what I do with my mind fucking. I interrupt their normal pattern coming. They close their eyes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes. You make her open her eyes. It's a new pattern, and when you do that, you imprint on her subconscious mind. So you can start imprinting your control. This is mine. You belong to me. Words such as that. Mike Guns, Supreme, I sent you a PM on YouTube. I still haven't received a PM on YouTube. What the fuck is a PM on YouTube? I don't have any messages in there. Let me go to the message thing again, just to make sure. Messages. I'm clicking messages. Yep. I've got messages. Oops. Hold on, I lost it. Messages. Okay, 1 month ago, anonymity was the last message. Okay. I did have a new comment come in. Cecilia Ellis, oh my God, a real man. You are from my generation. Please educate these whining, in their feelings men. Tell them and teach them how it's done. Thank you. 9 minutes ago. Do you see how women perceive you guys of today? What were her words? Whining, in their feelings men. That's because many of you were raised by a single parent mother and you didn't realize the damage that was done to you. You don't realize you're coming off as whining and in your feelings. All caught up in your feelings. Someone has taken the screen name of Ivana Hump. Ivana Hump. Like after Trump, I guess. She's talking to Supremo. Pickup artist found guilty of rape. My guilty of rape video. And she goes, they're rapist, you sick fuck. Die, you piece of shit. She's talking to somebody in a comment stream here. Some kind of conversation I had with Supremo back in October. I guess she's talking to Supremo. That video When he says that sucks, their lives destroyed over one night of drinking and taking advantage of an intoxicated female. You guys remember that one? They'll be approaching 40 by the time they see free air. I don't think it sucks. I think they deserve every ounce of pain and every rape that happens to them. They deserve to be ass raped after what they did to that chick. Then to brag about it. That's one thing I have a problem with European culture, that whole rape stuff. European descent culture in this country. And a lot of times the guys, they don't do hard jail time for it if they're white. That's why I don't believe in the death penalty anymore, because I did research for a speech in favor of the death penalty, and I learned that, because I didn't know that what happened to black folks. I didn't realize the law was slanted back there when I was first going to college. Didn't know. A black man convicted of rape would get death penalty, practically, So I switched from death penalty. I kind of matured as a man, as a human being, in other words. Some idiot's going to comment, well, should we supposed to just support them the rest of their lives? Don't make a comment, okay? But don't play yourself, because I will play you. Keep your shit to yourself. Okay, that's my comments for the day, fellas. This fat bastard wants some food, I guess, huh? If I get up in the middle of the night and I go outside, he'll sit right up under me. He'll come outside with me and sit right under me, under my legs. And if I walk down the streets, day or night, he'll follow me like a dog. He thinks he's a dog. I'll scratch his neck and his back leg will go like a dog. But a pit bull hit him by the neck one day, and his nerves are all fucked up. So his nerves are similar to a dog's now that are in the neck. You can scratch a cat on the neck, it won't do anything. It just feels good to him. But you scratch him on the neck and his leg kicks like a dog. You scratch him on the back, his leg will start kicking. You do that little scratch thing. So this poor thing is all fucked up. His skin is all fucked up. What? But he talks to me. Interesting. Peace, fellas.